start this morning, 7 o'clock here in Longreach. Just left the hotel. I'm trying to beat the heat a little bit this morning, trying to actually get to Tennant Creek, which is our destination today in the Northern Territory. But I'm trying to get there before midday. Got my fancy new helmet on as well. If you missed yesterday's vlog where I purchased this helmet and you want to know why I'm wearing this awesome bit of headgear, please check out yesterday's video. This is the Qantas Founders Museum here in Longreach. This is where they have the 707, 747 Super Constellation. They're doing a bit of work on it at the moment to put a new roof on. Apparently there's going to be like a lighting display up there. It's going to be covered for the days when it's raining or when it's really hot as well. Just a quick behind the scenes for you here at the holding point at Longreach. I'm just about to go. This is the point when I'm just coming up here where I normally just flick all the cameras on. Realised that the GoPro 360 on the wing wasn't actually turned on, so I can't control it from the cockpit. It would mean taxiing back, shutting the aircraft down, turning on the GoPro, coming back, doing the checklist again, going through it. The whole point of leaving early today is to beat the heat, so we're not going to have the 360 camera today, unfortunately. Longreach traffic, again, Australia is rolling runway 04, will be on a crosswind departure to the northwest, climbing 6,500, Longreach. Everything's good, everything's green. Bye Longreach. Oh my god, look at the difference to yesterday, just holding the controls like this. Yesterday I was kind of almost two-handed fighting the plane. This is way better. There's my next to useless GoPro 360 camera on the wing, just creating unnecessary drag, not actually giving us any footage. Set up the engine for best power as opposed to best economy. And I'm going to see how we're going with fuel flow when we get to a place called Cloncurry. I can always refuel there if I need to. It means we've got a true airspeed through the air of 168 knots, but a ground speed of 176, and that's because of this kind of quartering tailwind we've got of 20 knots, which is pushing us nicely along the ground. The trip function I've got here on the Aberdeen system shows me that Winton, which is our next stop, well not stop, sorry, our next waypoint, will be there in 17 minutes, then Cloncurry, 1 hour and 17, and then you see Tennant Creek. At these speeds we should be there in 3 hours and 20 minutes. This is also quite useful. The fuel totalizer is telling me how much fuel I'll have remaining. The fuel here is in yellow because it's a warning that we're getting close to our reserves and minimums. It does mean that if I kept going to Tennant Creek, if all things remain the same, I'd land with around 25, 26 gallons of fuel. I'll also see personally from a comfort point of view if I want to stop at Tennant Creek, but right now all I want to do is take advantage of this better weather. This is the thing when you do these longer flying trips is, you know, you get good days and bad days. The bad days you just suck up because you know that good days are coming, or the bad days you just ignore and you stay on the ground and obviously you don't fly. But the good days, I really feel like on days like this I want to make up as much ground as I can. That's the thing, remember about aviation, you have a plan, you want to do 5 things over 5 days. You're not going to, it's going to change, but managing that change and handling that change is probably 99% of what a pilot should be doing. Flying the plane or sitting back and not flying the plane as I'm doing at the moment. I mean, honestly, this is the easy stuff. I've also got to play the game, the nice balancing act between hydration and needing a wee. Oh, the radio's working. We are 2 hours and 20 minutes to our destination. I have decided that I'm just going to keep going through Cloncurry, so I'm not going to stop and land. Unless I absolutely have to, but I'm going to keep going through to Tennant Creek. There's absolutely nothing outside, as you can see. To the left we have some desert, over to the right is some desert, and straight ahead. It's always nice when you're in the deserts though to have a little bit of civilization because you pass over little farms and watering holes, but basically nothing else. But I've got one of the main roads up to Cloncurry to the left of me here, and every now and again you'll see a car going up there or a big truck going along it. The radios have pretty much completely gone now, so Brisbane Centre, I can't hear them anymore. I can hear Cloncurry and Longreach, so there are a few flights going in and out of those two which I can hear, but apart from that the radio is just completely silent now. There's no ADS-B coverage out here, I don't believe, either at this altitude, so I wouldn't be identified if I was flying IFR. So the only means of notifying anybody if anything goes wrong here is going to be this device. My little Garmin InReach, which I'm using for tracking the flight, but I've also got this kind of cool looking SOS button on the side, which if all else fails, I flip up the cover and I can press that, and at least then my location will be known. Also, if you're interested, because I've got no one else to talk to, also, so it's got this clip on here, and I put this clip on my belt, well, on my buckle on my shorts. So what I'd do is I'd grab that, attach it, and then it's always attached to me once the SOS is going on. And as always, when I'm flying across the Outback, I have my grab bag right on the back seat here. So in case I need to evacuate the aircraft quickly, all I do is clip that on, grab the bag, get out of the plane. Lots of rations in there, water, got a blanket to cover me to protect me from the sun. Oh, and I've got a radio from Brisbane Centre. We're back in range again. That's good. What do you listen to when you're flying then? Have you got a favourite playlist that you like listening to? Is it always the same things? Do you like Ludovico Einaudi as I do? He's fantastic. If you haven't listened to him, it's Ludovico Einaudi. So relaxing. I can't even describe it. I'm going to have to listen to it now. All right, well, there's my Ludovico playlist. I can't play Ludovico Einaudi for you here because I'll get a copyright warning from YouTube. So here is some equivalent music. Look how flat it is out there. Now we've come past Mount Isa and we're back into this kind of huge expanse of flat land. I can see, you won't be able to see on the cameras, this tiny little town off into the distance there. Nothing over in that distance. All the riverbeds, that's what these wiggly lines ahead of us are completely dry, but these are what fill up as the wet season starts. And then the waters flow through here, so I bet it's a very different picture. Probably in about a couple of weeks' time. I wonder if these will start to fill up now. Is that a fence line? Anyone who knows this area better than me, is that a fence line? Is that the rabbit-proof fence that goes between Northern Territory and Queensland? Either way, whatever it is, it goes all the way down there to the distance and all the way that way in the distance as well, in an arrow straight line. Very useful for pilots knowing which state you're in as well. Thank you very much, builders of fence. Now we've got an hour, just over an hour to go. Next stop, Tennant Creek.
Tennant Creek, AWS Aerodrome weather. Wind 100 degrees magnetic, 9 knots.
That wind's just changed around a little bit just whilst we're descending, so I'm just going to change runways to runway 11. Tennant Creek traffic, Echo Yankee Zulu is 11 miles to the east on descent, passing 4,300. Inbound, we'll be joining the downwind circuit for runway 11 and estimate that at time 29. Tennant Creek.
Tennant Creek, CTAF.
And here are the bumps. That's why we don't want to fly low level during the day. Tennant Creek traffic, Echo Yankee Zulu turning final, runway 11, full stop. Tennant Creek.
500.
Damn, swirly winds. Tennant Creek traffic, Echo Yankee Zulu is clear of all runways. Tennant Creek. Zulu.
Echo Yankee Zulu safely away for another night. Now it's time to cycle into town. It's only a short trip, this one. I think. Hang on, I just check Google Maps.